Hi, I'm Moody, feeling moody. It's time for a moon message. Today's moon is the last quarter moon under the astrological sign of Scorpio. This reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, both nodes, Holy Spirit, Angel Guides, Spirit Guides. What is the August reading for Sagittarius? Hi, Sag. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I am grateful for you. And I pray that this resonates and that it helps you in some way. All right. So if you are a regular, then you know that I usually talk about the Native American tradition of naming the months, the full moon in the months specifically. But Spirit always encourages me to take the spiritual aspects and carry it through the entire month. So anyway, August is called the Sturgeon Moon Month because Native American tribes in the Great Lake region found this freshwater fish to be plentiful and abundant in the month of August. And also that during this time that they gathered into schools, they're called schools for groups of fish. The sturgeon fish also signified the change of a season. Since it happened in August, August begins to change the season into fall. And so because of the sturgeon fish abundance and the fact that they returned annually, they were associated with certain spiritual themes: strength, resilience, resourcefulness, perseverance, showing the ability to navigate the water's currents and in spite of that make progress and return to the same area annually. And this progress, in spite of challenges, is what Spirit wants to highlight in August. Sag. Whew. Making progress in spite of the challenges. Yeah, a lot of who you have around you can either help or deter you from making progress. I don't know who needed to hear that. But the sturgeon fish is a solitary fish, meaning they like to hang out with and be around other like-minded fish. And that's kind of what I was feeling for you. You're a people person, and as you're being your beautiful, unique self in August, pay attention to who you are associating yourself with, hanging out with. Are they like-minded? Right. And it's important. It's important because there's a connection to a larger community being formulated in August for a higher purpose. And so Spirit wants you to pay attention regarding who the other fish around you are. Specifically, there could be like one person that's really important, or maybe more. We'll get to that. I need some cards. I'm just feeling this. Okay. Anyway, August was the time that the sturgeon fish would mate. They would reproduce. Another reason why they created these schools, groups, and of like-minded people, a community, right? That was the time that they fostered positive connections, and something was birthed from that. It was also a time when they were able to feel authentic. They could be themselves. They were around people that got them. Yeah. Part of their tribe. The sturgeon fish, though, another discovery. They're meaty. They're not these flim-flam little fish. They're meaty, thick fish. And so they fill you up. You're satisfied after you eat. And that's why they were so resourceful, right? But their eggs ended up being caviar, used in caviar, right? And who would have known they turned out to be a delicacy? Wow. So that upped the ante for sturgeon fish, and why they should even be called that, and how spirit kind of is aligning us with them in August, wanting us to be resilient, to be resourceful, to persevere, to show the ability to navigate life's currents. And we know the moon controls the currents, right? But in spite of that, it's a major arcana, and so you're always going to make progress if you just keep going. If you get down to business, get serious, like vacation's over. Moody. That's almost what he's saying. And let me tell you why. Because from an astrological standpoint, there is a planetary alignment. That's the most important thing in August for me. Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune align. Now just think Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Libra, and Taurus, Gemini, and Virgo, Pisces again. Please, that's a lot of energy aligning. That creates a potent atmosphere for something major to change. That's on August 9th. And on August 9th, there's also a full moon in Aquarius. On the 23rd, there's a new moon in Virgo. Let's get back to this planetary alignment, because Spirit really wanted me to hone in on this. Some say that a planetary alignment can be seen as correlating with significant events in the earthly realm. Okay? Let me say that again. I am a Virgo, and so Mercury is retrograde. So there could be some miscommunication. Let's try it again, though. Planetary alignments can be seen as correlating with significant events on Earth. So let's think, from the cosmos, the planets, the 6 planets are aligning, and Spirit's telling us below that it's time for us to align, to be a collective conscious. And in order to do that, we need a stronger connection with Him, with Holy Spirit. We need to align and establish a deeper connection in order to carry out a collective consciousness that's getting ready to occur. I think people are going to rise up. There's going to be an uprising, yes, but they're going to rise up from the negative energy, because after all, this is all a spiritual battle between good and evil. That's what is here in this 3D dimension. That's what it's about, good and evil. Who do you align with? Connection with divine is what's needed at this time, because as above, so below. Spirit is aligning all the planets. He controls the universe, right? The galaxies, all of that. He's aligning them for a reason. Think of all that energy. Think of all that energy being on one accord, being aligned, being harmonized, in agreement for a greater purpose. Of course they're going to get what they want. They're going to cause a major shift. So August, there could be some type of gathering, social gathering, major social change, uprising against the negative things that are happening, right? Like what, Moody? Well, like Gaza. We all hate what we're seeing, but the interconnectedness, right, of the celestial and the earthly realms tells us that if it's happening there, it can happen here. And that That's basic. God is telling us this is between right and wrong, good and evil. Come on. That's why he's calling us to have a collective consciousness, to cause a social, cultural shift. That's why our awareness will be heightened to what's happening in every aspect of the world. Like, it can be overwhelming, but it's a reality and we can no longer ignore it. Like, we're being called to harmonize and create a potent atmosphere to bring change. Collectively, we need to do this, and with Holy Spirit's guidance and input, that change will happen. It's time to set that as an intention. Because August is the month to get back down to business, right? To focus on what's important to us. What's going on in the world is important to us. There's an interconnectedness that Spirit wants us to be aware of. I'm also told that some believe that the planetary alignment is a portal. It's almost like a veil is lifted so that the communication is more fluid from the subconscious to the conscious. Some say that, right, God always hears us, all right? Always hears us, but he doesn't always respond. That's kind of what I'm saying. Sometimes he makes you wait for a response. Sometimes his response makes you go back with another question. So, but when this portal, this portal, the veil is thinner or non-existent because this is something he wants. He's giving you an example, sending a message. And if there's any questions, he wants you to go back directly. I'm telling you, this is what he's saying. Also, it starts with us harmonizing and aligning ourselves individually with our spiritual path, our calling. Now is the time, because this is about good and evil. And we can't just allow evil to prevail, lay down like it's nothing, because they're going to take away our Medicare, our support. And you know, America gives a lot of money, or billions of dollars. What are we in debt for now, right? Trillions. And at home, we don't even take care of our own. So we need to reverse that. Absolutely. That's one thing that we need to say, hey, we need health care. We need education. We need elderly to be taken care of. We need to invest in our own. Oof. I don't know. Somebody has a voice. Somebody has a voice just through aligning the forces of the universe. And that's what Spirit is saying. All of these energies coming together in harmony will create a potent atmosphere for change. Positive change, because a lot of negative energies are rampant, and we are being called. Let's read. All right, Sag, we're being called, and I know you are. I know it. What's going on with Sag? You know, one thing that I do know I want to say also, astrologically, Jupiter and Venus are conjunct in Cancer, Sag. Ooh. So you are involved with Venus in Cancer, and Venus is the planet of money and relationships. Let's see. Holy Spirit, angel guides, what is the message for Sag? Oh, well, the main message is healing. Aquarian energy, the star. It's a major arcana. Actually, you have two that drop, so I'm just going to talk about it. Oh, I knew you were being called. Definitely. And God shows up, right? These are two major arcanas. Transformation. Yeah, because you are mutable. You are mutable. He feels like he can do a lot with you now. Use your energy to heal others. Probably because you've healed yourself, so you got a testimony. That's what he's saying right now. You got a testimony. Okay, I'm going to leave those two. What else, Spirit? What else? Here's the testimony. It's coming. Okay. Not choosing the right path. Two of Wands reverse. Right? There's always two ways you can go, but when it's reverse, you made a decision, but I don't feel like it was the right decision. Somebody didn't make the right choice. They had a choice and they made a decision, but it wasn't right. I don't feel that it was right. 9 of Wands. Yeah. It was burdensome. Their choice brought them burdens. Absolutely. At the 9 of Wands. I mean, they went through a lot. They learned a lot as a result of going in the wrong direction. 5 of Wands. Dealing with some unsavory people. You know, you never know the real person. People's intentions. Sometimes you may never know them at all. You could be married, you could be living with them, and you never knew them. Somebody could be experiencing that. There is some type of ending. Okay. There is an ending with the Death card. Scorpio energy. At the center of the reading is the King of Swords, Sagittarius. He's very intellectual. So somehow that energy, maybe somebody made a poor choice where you were concerned. Their final decision was not you. But now people see you in a different light. The King of Swords is at the center of your reading. It's all about this clarity, this truth. And he's standing up with his sword down, right? So it's not as though he's feeling attacked or put upon or anything. It's more like he's contemplative. He's analyzing something. He's scrutinizing something. He's learning. He's learning because also the King of Swords, if he doesn't know something, he does the research. If he needs an answer, has a question, he'll ask. He'll go to a lawyer. If he needs counsel, he seeks counsel, wise counsel, because he's wise. He has good questions. Okay. So this King of Swords brought something to an end with the 10 of Swords, or is in the process of ending things. This is your final card. That means this cycle is over. It's ended. It's through. You're done. I see right now, after going through a lot of trials and tribulations, you are focusing on yourself. Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Being patient. Watering your own garden. Enlightening yourself. A lot of you are thinking about the past. And Spirit wants you to think about the future, because you have the King of Swords and the King of Wands. And I think up until now, August, you could have been the King of Swords reflecting on the past, still looking back, even though you're nurturing something to go forward in the future, Sagittarius. Here you come, though. You do appear Sagittarian energy, fire, wands, Leo, Aries, Sag. And you're looking at the King of Swords. Look at him looking at him, forcing him to look away from what he's looking at. And he was looking at the past, just still thinking about it. But Spirit is like, let that go. Let that go. Ooh, absolutely. Because it's self-imposed. When you think upon the past, you are robbing yourself of the present. It's the same thing like when you are caught in the shadow energies of anger or bitterness, and you're getting revenge, or when that's all you think about, you're consumed with that. You're in the past, and there's nothing, like you're not even present. You're just thinking about how to get them, how to get over, how, what they did to you. Please, I've had so much stuff done to me, but if I held on to all of that, and I had to learn this. I had to learn that you got to just let that go. You got to let it roll off. Otherwise, it will weigh you down, and it will keep you stagnated with shadow energy, and you can't do anything with that energy. It's too heavy. So this is a self-imposed mental prison. No, definitely. You don't know what the future holds, but you need to be willing to enter a new cycle. And I see that you are with the King of Swords, the King of Wands. You're nurturing the present at this time. So you're letting go of the past. You're allowing things to transform. You're healing. You're healing. And then the King of Wands, here you come. Okay, Spirit, what else does? Sag. Need to know in August. Tell me. Tell me, what is the King of Swords and the King of Wands? You show up very mature, ready to take action. Again. Okay. He wants you to spend some more time analyzing something, checking things. Today is the last quarter. There's something that you still need to release. The last quarter is about releasing what no longer serves you. And it is in Scorpio, the death card. Yeah, and you got the death card here. So there's something else he wants you to pay attention to realize, to visualize. Okay, tell me. Tell me what it is, Spirit. This is a decision. Maybe it's the past decision. Maybe you get another opportunity to make a similar decision. Okay. And you get the death card again. Don't make the same decision, right? Or maybe you need to listen to your intuition. See, this is almost opening with two spiritual cards lets you know that Holy Spirit is here with you, Sag. He's with you. He's with you because this is difficult. It's like you don't know. We never know what path to take. But now this is important for some reason. You're at a important decision. Something's ending, transforming so that something new can begin. But everything with Holy Spirit requires faith. You got to believe it because the moon is all about faith. It's a major arcana. What do you do when you don't know? When you're isolated, when you can't really see above, it's cloudy, it's murky. And this, could result in a big win or a big loss. It's very competitive. Somebody's competing with you. Okay. They always are competing with you, right? You have also the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. So, what else, Spirit? Sag. Yeah, someone's competing with you. You do have a choice on how you handle this situation. Ooh, Three of Swords. This is what you needed to transform. So whatever happened, this caused the ending. Okay. What a Spirit. Lies. And there's still lies. Okay. Somebody that you used to hang out with, they were intimate, sexual. Three of Swords. Whew, okay, yes. This is a lie. This is the lie. This is something else. This is because you have the King of Swords twice. And there was something else that Spirit wanted you to know. Okay. And it had to do with the Three of Swords. And a third part. Excuse me. And a third party with the Three of Cups. The King of Wands in this context is making me feel like somebody had sex with somebody else, but they lied about it. They lied about it. They hid it. This could be why this person always tries. This is possibly about somebody trying to flip the script. Like they're accusing you, but they're the ones who is out there. I'm feeling that. Feeling like, and that's a classic narcissist, right? To the bitter end, they're going to lie. And they could be doing it, but they're making you feel like you're the one. Yeah, the karma's coming to this judgment. We're all under judgment all the time for everything that we do, but right now, they're under judgment. Something unexpected is going to happen. And that's how karma is, right? We don't know when you're going to get karma. When, how, where, crucial questions, but it's really not our business. Spirit just said, I got this. So now you have 5 major arcanas, 6. So spiritually, Spirit's telling you he's got you. He's got you. Remain focused on your transformation because you're going places. The King of Wands, the King of Swords are visionaries. They look ahead, right? Your vision, you're a visionary. You're always expanding your horizons. You're looking for expansion, ways to improve yourself. That's why people are jealous and judgmental of you. Wow. It amazes me because everybody is born with unique skills. It's like if they would only focus on their own gifts. Yeah, this person, because Venus is conjunct also, they see you expanding. They may want to apologize, admit they were childish. I don't know. What are you recommending? They come back, but remember the sturgeon fish. There you go. Spirit is saying you have the strength. You overcame this situation. You made the wrong decision, but you've overcome the repercussions of it. Continue forward. Look how he is moving straight like an arrow. Like an arrow. Leo energy. Scorpio, of course. Pisces, Leo, Aries, Sag, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Heavy Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius. I don't know if he is any of those or you are, but right now Spirit wants you to be a sturgeon fish, to exhibit strength, to be resilient, to be resourceful, and to be persistent, to persevere, continue forward. Continue forward. Okay. Tell me about love. What's going on forward in love? A new cycle comes in. I know that. Spirit says where love is concerned, Sagittarius, stay optimistic, positive thinking, and faith. Again, faith is very important in August. Also, be your normal self. You are an open-minded person, pretty mutable. You go with the flow. Spirit says regarding your soulmate, they may differ from your usual type. Some of you saying, thank God, I need a higher caliber. Thank God they're going to be different from the usual type. True love? Yeah. Again, didn't I say that August was a month of faith, trust? Spirit says this situation is calling for you to have faith. So in terms of your love life, he's asking you to stay optimistic, keep an open mind, and have faith so far. What else, Spirit? Anything else? What else? Oh, it wanted forgiving and learning wanted to fall out. So much so that I couldn't go on unless I put the cards back in order. So, something about forgiving and learning. Forgiving yourself. Because trust is real important, right? We got to be vulnerable when it comes to love. We have to be ready for love when it comes. Especially if you want a different caliber of love, like you said. You know it. Let's go. What else? Deception. Because if you aren't ready, then you aren't showing your real self. You're wearing a mask. Some people don't allow themselves to heal. And that was your first card, remember? So if you don't heal, you're still wearing a mask. You're still wearing some Band-Aids. You're not yourself. You're not ready for a relationship. You're going to have to recognize people that have not given themselves an opportunity to heal. That means they're going to bring some baggage into the relationship that isn't about you. Or maybe it's you that need time to heal, to take that mask off, to make sure that you're vulnerable. If you really want true love, you got to show up true and ready for love. Right. Sag. Tell me about creative ideas, money, wealth for Sag. You have a lot of choices, options. You may not even see all of the choices and options that you have right now, Sag. But Spirit says get creative and look around. Don't look in one direction. Don't think about one thing solo, because you're expansive. Because this is a time of change. It's a transformative time. So you're going to have to explore options to really get a good look at whether or not you should continue to take steps and action. But action in August, getting back down to business, action is key to getting where you need to go. You can't wait around. You have to put the pedal to the metal. And take a step. And don't be afraid that somebody made a poor choice. It could have been them choosing you, or you choosing them, or the direction you went in. But all roads lead home, Spirit just said. If you go the wrong way, it's just a delay, right? It's a longer road home. It's time to take a step, to have faith, to trust and believe. Let's end with an angel number. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And you could also put this angel number that you're going to get. 6666. 6 sixes. Blessings, blessings, great blessings. Self-love, boundaries, your needs, making sure you're around people with good vibes. School of fish, pay attention. You're much wiser now, very understanding, letting things roll off your back. You are. Continue with that, because you don't want to be stuck with that negative energy. Spirit says nurture yourself, and that's what you've been doing, right? With the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Your needs, your desires, set healthy boundaries. Let go of things that are weighing you down, right? Make space for something meaningful and expand your spirit in all areas of your life. Seek expansion now. Don't allow yourself to be stagnant. There could be big love waiting for you. Yeah, I think so. Spirit's like, keep an open mind. An open mind, positive thinking, it brings it in. A big opportunity just from you taking steps. You're going to have a lot of opportunities from a business standpoint that you need to research. Spirit says a lot of changes are happening, but these are great blessings. All right, 6666, 4 sixes in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Till the next moon phase, namaste.